What's going on, Pisces? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to your collective Pisces reading. For those of y'all that are new here, Pisces messages are definitely dropped on Wednesdays, so make sure that if you're wanting to keep up with Piscean energy, that you do subscribe to the channel so that you will not miss out on the energy, the gems, or the tips that will be dropped, okay? Moving forward, do keep in mind that these are collective messages, so they may or may not resonate with each and every one of you. However, if you are interested in a more personal reading, I do offer those, so feel free to check out the link in the description area, okay? With that being said, these messages are not specifically directed towards any area or aspect of your life. However, as the message is being delivered, you can take whatever it is that you need to take and you can apply it to the area or aspect of your life where you may feel though it's necessary at this time, okay? We are about to get into a collective message, pretty much just discovering what it is or tapping into what it is that Spirit wants you to know at this time, what it is that you need to focus on and or be aware of, okay? With that being said, all thanks and praise to the Most High. You know their hearts and you know their situations. Can you please give us the cards that we need in order for us to be able to receive the message at hand with an open mind or an open heart? Thank you. I also ask that you provide me with the words to be able to articulate this message as best as possible, as well as clear anything standing in the way of their clarification, confirmation, transformation, and healing at this time. Spirit, is there anything else that you have for Pisces? Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so we'll start with what we have, and if we need to pull anything other than that, other than what we have, then we will, as long as there's time and opportunity for us to be able to do so. Now, underneath it all, Pisces, you do have the Fortune card, right? The Fortune card is pretty much talking about a change of destiny, okay? And with it showing up in reverse and they're telling me to take it in the reverse, it's like the resistance to allowing this change of destiny to actually show up and actually present itself. It has a lot to do with like external factors and influences, right, that contribute to you not being as clear as you possibly may have thought you were at a certain point in time. It's like you're not as clear as you could be when it comes to thinking about what it is that you actually want to have, like what it actually is that you want, okay? So I definitely want you to pay attention to that energy or those energies as they show up. You don't want to be so consumed by what other people think about your reality or your experience to the point where you kind of like questioning what it is that you do or don't want for yourself, you know? If you want it, you want it, and that's okay. You have to be okay with it. Nobody else has to be okay with it, you know? So that is the underneath it all energy. However, we're going to go ahead and get into the energies that are out here on the table, starting with the Knight of Wands. So I want you to know that there is something that you're running away from. Right, with that Knight of Wands, he's going away from everything else that falls behind him on the table. So it's like you're turning your back to pretty much everything that matters at this time, and you're operating in a way, like I said, that is giving you the energy of not being clear on what you really want. You're letting these external things or external opinions influence you so much where, again, it has you kind of like back turned to the things that actually really matter. Including your faith, okay? Like including like your faith and who you is really saying like who you truly are. You got to show up and be able to pour into yourself as much as you pour into other people. And I'm not talking about in a materialistic way. I'm talking about like in a spiritual way. You know how you can see the potential of people doing certain things. And you may show up and make it seem like, you know, you are tending to yourself as much as you probably need to on a spiritual level. However, you can most definitely use some work in one area or another, especially with this Five of Swords popping up, okay? this Five of Swords is clearly like an indicator on some shit, like maybe like you question yourself, you question your worth, you question your value, for whatever reason, and you really don't have to. You may be on the surface like, no, I don't, like I don't, but deep down inside you really do. Whether it's like, well, why, like, am I not good enough to have this, like, don't, like, whatever it is. If somebody don't want you, or want to be committed to you, if somebody's not like showing up in a way, in a relationship kind of way, how you feel like they're supposed to show up for you, you can be questioning, certain things like, dang, why can't I keep a relationship, or why can't I do this, or why doesn't nobody want to do that for me? Those are the same things. Like, those are similar energies to what it is that I'm explaining. And those, when you feel those things, it's really, those things are only triggering you for you to make certain shifts happen within yourself. Okay? So the self-sabotage, that's what it is. It's the self-sabotaging, right? And even when you show up and you question yourself, even just a teensy bit, it puts that energy out there into the universe, and then you create that vibrational frequency that you match with, and then you allow these people to come in on that level as well. So in all honesty, I don't want you to be discouraged, because the same shit that you be thinking, or the same things that you be feeling, whoever you are connected to, they think and or feel the same things about themselves as well, for the most part, right? For the most part, and like I explained to you, it could be something like underneath the surface. It does not have to be just like right on the top. And this is something that you may have to dig into in order for you to deal with it, type of thing. You also get the Two of Discs that shows up. Okay? You have the Two of Discs, like I said, like there's some resistance to allowing things to change. It's like, it's kind of like you give more attention and or glory to the dark sides of yourself. And in all honesty, like, it is supposed to be a balance, but some shit you just really like, everything doesn't deserve a reaction, right? And you don't have to show up to constantly prove a point. And if you are putting yourself in a position to where it's kind of like a competition, or you're having to prove a point or prove to somebody why you're better, or whatever the case may be, you want to check yourself. Like, for real, like, you want to check yourself. You just might be ego tripping. Like, seriously. Because if you wanting to be in a committed relationship is the thing, you wouldn't have to be going back and forth with somebody. And I know that society makes it seem like, oh, you gotta go back and forth, like, who may the best woman win. Yeah, but the best man, my bad, or may the best man win. But you still, you have some say so in what you're going to tolerate and what you're going to deal with. Now, if you're okay with it, you're okay with it. If you're okay, because dating is a thing. And when you're dating, like, there are multiple people that you're dating until you start courting somebody, right? So that's cool. But the fact that, like, the person involved cannot control, or there's obviously some type of a lack of understanding to where, like, you and the next person have to be going back and forth in any type of way, shape, or form anyway, that's not it. Like, that's not it. And it's really putting you in that position. And that's why it's like, okay, get clear on what you want. Is this the energy you want? You're associating yourself with an energy of being involved with a person where you're getting into it with somebody, or you're associating yourself with an energy where there's multiple energies involved, and one of these energies make you feel like you don't want to be dealing with it, but you still keep putting yourself in a position to deal with it, if that makes sense. Because it doesn't necessarily have to be, I was gonna say, a relationship, but yeah. Let me go back a little bit, because even how, when I'm telling you, like, you're running away from all the things that, like, really matter, whoever that energy is, like, it's that Knight of Wands energy, they're running away too. So you're running away from all the things that matter. They're running, like, you're a reflection of their energy in that case, where they're also running away from the things that matter. And they're just like, you can just show up. They like, oh, she got it, or he got it. They gonna pour into themselves. They'll figure it out. Like, is that really what you want your relationships or partnerships or friendships to consist of? Like, for real, like, is that what you really wanted to consist of? A whole bunch of drama, emotional unavailability and things like that. And then, but it's like you because they're penny pinching with you, you're making it like it's okay. You're accepting it because they show up exactly how you want them to show up sometimes. And then at other times they kind of drop the ball in certain areas. But because you have not set a boundary in the places where they drop the ball in other areas, they're going to keep on doing whatever they want to do and you're going to allow it. But it is time for like a new journey, right? For you to start something different, do something new, like completely new, like really take a leap of faith, like take a chance on yourself, okay? Like really show up to take a chance on yourself and don't think twice about it. I do feel like with this Five of Wands that you are going to be going back and forth with yourself about it. Like, should I do this? Like, am I supposed to do this? Am I going to do this? Like, oh my God, what about this? Like, what? I don't know what I'm supposed to do. You're supposed to do whatever feels best for you in the moment, right? Keeping in mind, like, because I don't want to say like that, it's not an instant gratification, right? You make the decision that feels best to you based on what you want your future to look like, what you want your future to consist of. Does that make sense? So whatever you got to do right now, you're going to choose the choice that is more beneficial to your future, because you can definitely choose a choice that's going to make you feel right, like good right now in the moment. And then tomorrow you'll be like, why the fuck did I even do that? Like, I know that wasn't even good for me. So why did I even go that route type of thing? You understand? So you just want to be open and honest with yourself. You want to stop self-sabotaging yourself for sure and put yourself in a position to be able to, make the necessary changes that need to be made at this time. And if they're not all in, if anybody, friendships, partnerships, relationships, I don't care. If somebody shows up in an energy and they're not in as much as you're in, you don't have to keep on showing up and forcing yourself to be all in or to prove yourself. You don't have to keep forcing to prove yourself. Like, this is who I am. This is how I move. This is how valuable I am to a relationship. Like, a person gonna see that with how you move on a day-to-day basis anyway. There's no need for you to have to make it as evident, I guess. I don't know. But whatever. Let me know in the comments if this resonates or if you can relate to what it is that I'm explaining or expressing within this reading. Make sure that if you have not subscribed to the channel, that you do subscribe to the channel, okay? And I will catch y'all later. Peace.